This is Respectfully Outrageous. All right, we'll start recording. All right, welcome to another episode of Respectfully Outrageous. I'm Nathan, and I got Ben in the top left, and my brother Daniel is in the bottom. He's going to be our guest today. We're talking about the NFC South. We're going to be going over the Saints, the Bucks, the Falcons, and the lowly Panthers. So I want to start with Ben. What do you think of the teams in the division, and what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that if you look at the NFC South almost like a family, right? You have just like older brothers that have been like kind of dominant for a couple of years, like New Orleans. And then you think of a brother that's been kind of that can contend, like Atlanta or Carolina. Then think about the bottom brother that hasn't really been relevant for a long time. But that little brother really invests and makes some smart investments and get some quality people on their side, they become a force to be reckoned with. And I think the little brother is tired about getting smacked and run over for 2 wins a year by New Orleans and Atlanta. And Tampa Bay is going to be a threat this year. Now, I think bringing in Tom Brady is a great acquisition. It gets everyone talking about the best division in football.
You're saying it is, right?
I'm saying
I would agree. This is the toughest division in the NFL.
Definitely.
I mean, the AFC West was for a couple of years, but then it kind of died off.
I would maybe say that a close second would be the NFC West with the Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals.
Well, the Rams are making that division a lot easier on everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah. The Rams are making it easier, but I think Tampa Bay is going to be a legitimate threat. I don't know how good they are because I think they're going to win at least 8 games. But this division cannibalizes on each other like no other, right?
Mm-hmm.
No division knocks other people out of like top seeds, first-round buys than this division. A Carolina team that was dead to the water came into New Orleans to put up some points. Like dead to the water, put up some points. So I feel like if New Orleans gets off to a hot start, including week 1, and gets a game up on
I was going to say because they get Tampa Bay week 1.
If New Orleans can get off to a hot start against Tampa and win the series against Tampa, then I think New Orleans can win this division. However, if Tampa Bay gets that game and stays within 1 game, then get your popcorn ready because I think Tampa Bay is going to steal this division from New Orleans and make New Orleans go on the wild card. And trust me, I know how New Orleans hates going on the wild card to get places like Minnesota. So I don't like it either.
Quiet, okay? Be quiet. At least we're in
the most important game for the Saints is week 1 against Tampa Bay. Week 1.
I would agree. And they're at home that game, so it's a home opener in Tampa.
They can't lose that game. They can't lose.
No, they really can't because that would put them in a hole. And I got to mention just one thing before I get Daniel's thoughts on with Tampa Bay and with all that everything's going on. There's a lot of new pieces. You get Gronk, you get a lot of rookies. Go Ghosts, Tyler Johnson and Antoine Winfield and Tom Brady, and you just get a lot of the new offensive tackle. What they drafted was it Wirfs? Yeah.
Iowa. Hawkeye.
Yeah. It's a lot that changes need to happen, and I don't know if they're going to gel right away. Right. And if they can gel right away, I give them every team a run for their money.
Right.
But I'm saying it's gonna. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the gelling of that process.
Also, Bruce Arians' quarterbacks take like a year, right? Jameis had the 30 for 30. Now, I think Tom Brady is going to take a game or two because Tom Brady is just different, right? He's already understanding the playbook. I don't think Tom Brady. I'm not coming after Carson Palmer. I'm not coming after Jameis Winston. Although it's kind of fun to come after Jameis Winston when he comes up with those kind of headlines. It's kind of fun. You make my job. But Tom Brady's different. Okay, it's just Tom Brady's just different than everybody else. I'm not saying he's just going to come in here and it's going to be like the Patriots offense with Josh McDaniels and Julian Edelman. I don't think it's going to be like that. But they are going to be a very different offense than what we saw the last game in New England against Tennessee. I'm just going to say that. So I think they're going to be very explosive, but I think they might be turnover prone early, which that's going to allow the door for teams like Atlanta and Carolina to cannibalize a little bit and potentially catch up. And that's the only way that these teams are really going to compete is if they catch them on an off day or they win the turnover battle. Because right now, I love Carolina's offense, but there's just not enough guns in this gunfight to make it fair. It's going to be a massacre. So that's the only way they're going to compete is with the cannibalization. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. We'll get Daniel in here. So what I want to hear is what do you think of the Saints' outlook here this year? We're looking at, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees. Drew Brees coming back for a 2-year deal, right?
Yeah.
And Alvin Kamara, is he going to have a bounce back year, this and that? What are your thoughts?
Well, I like the lineup we have. We didn't really change a boatload over the offseason. We made some small transactions, but I think it was for the better. And I think the biggest issue that is currently affecting the Saints is if there's going to be fans or not. Because if there's no fans, then that whole weapon of the home game is going to be gone. Because it's just Because that's why everybody is scared of playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, is because of the fans and the loud atmosphere. If you don't have that, then the Saints aren't going to be as big of a weapon, I think. So at the way it is right now, I agree with Ben that week 1 is going to be a big game for the Saints to see if they're able to get used to the less noise that may be going on and just to see how our team looks this year.
I mean, that's a big week 1 if there's less fans too. I mean, that's possibly a neutral site. I mean, you're looking at
that's going to be full if there are fans. That's
for sure.
Absolutely. Like that's the kind of game that you sit back and think about, like Tom Brady, Drew Brees. We're those are the kind of games that you think maybe we'll travel across the country to go see those games.
Yes.
I'm not going to travel across the country to go see Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm not going to do that. But
for sure.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady, 2 Hall of Famers in the Superdome. I mean, I haven't been to a Saints game, but that's one that I want to go see. That's a bucket list game right there. So, and the fact that there's no fans there, I mean, that's harsh. That's harsh. But I agree, Daniel. Like, they made some small improvements. I like their first round selection, but the Saints need another wide receiver next to Michael Thomas. They really do. Now,
Drew Brees can make a no-name wide receiver good at any point.
Yeah, but you want a solid number 2.
Yeah,
you went and got Emmanuel Sanders, but I felt like there's some talent in the draft you guys missed on. But I think the Saints are gonna be good. I just hope they're not complacent, because if they're complacent, then they're gonna get sucker punched by Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I'm looking here at the schedule, and Carolina doesn't have a divisional game until week 5. Or not Carolina, sorry, Atlanta. Atlanta doesn't have a divisional game until week 5. They don't play the Saints or the Buccaneers until week 11.
That's huge.
That's big. If Atlanta gets rolling,
if they get rolling, they can be dangerous.
They find their rhythm, and then they got those divisional games. I mean, they could spoil some people's seasons down that road.
Yeah, cannibalism. I mean, we could have 3 teams from the NFC South make the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree. It's very possible.
Now, when there's an extra team in the playoffs, it's not. I believe it's next year that the extra team comes in.
No, it's this year. So but there's no 17th game this year.
So I mean, maybe. There's no. This is a plot line dream. This is pure fantasy right now. Carolina's rookies play out of their minds, and they'll get torched. Mm-hmm. They're fighting for that. I don't think they're going to make it, but they're right around that playoff fringe, 8-8, right?
Fighting for that 7th spot there.
Yeah. So then you'd have potentially 4 teams from the NFC South make the playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen, but
I don't know, man.
That's a little bit of a gamble there.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man.
I don't know.
But, I mean, it's a good division, but still,
that whole division is not making the playoffs. You're telling me that there would be. You're telling me that, like, you then look over to other divisions like the NFC West, and you're saying one team's going to come out of there with the Seahawks, 49ers?
Yeah, I do, because I think that the Rams are done. I think the Rams are done.
Well, I'm not considering the Rams anymore. That wasn't on the table.
Right. Okay, the Rams are done. I think Arizona is going to be offensively good, but I think they're going to miss. They're going to be a problem on defense. I think they're going to miss.
I think they're a few years out of contention.
I think they're 1 year out. I think it's going to come down to San Francisco and Seattle, and I don't think they're both making it.
it's San Fran's going to be a bust this year.
I'm saying San Francisco.
I really like Seattle. I like Seattle this year.
I think San Francisco's going to start off hard because of the Super Bowl hangover. Seattle's going to capitalize, and San Francisco's going to be crawling on the outside of the playoffs. So I think Seattle's going to cover that division.
Yeah, I would agree, but I don't see that whole entire NFC South division going to the playoffs, man.
I don't either. I think Carolina. I think we got this. I think Carolina is going to be on the edge, looking in.
Okay.
Not in. But I don't think there's going to be like 3 teams from the NFC West or anything to make it.
I mean, I wouldn't.
That is also if Dan Quinn doesn't get fired by week 3.
Yeah, I don't really know what to think about the Falcons because I feel like they should be good every year, but they just keep struggling. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's just weird.
I got a hot take. The Falcons are the Southern Vikings.
See, but I would even agree that they're worse.
Yeah. Because
Dan Quinn is a bugs did Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer.
But I don't understand. They don't use Julio Jones.
No,
not
at all.
The Vikings,
it's nuts.
Yeah.
I guess, but it's just. I mean, Atlanta's had a lot of injury problems on defense.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I mean, last year I think they lost both their top corners to injury.
And their starting linebacker.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, and Quan O'Neal went down too.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had struggles on defense, but I mean, they're looking better. But I think Minnesota's got a better defense than Atlanta does. But like you said, I could see a lesser version of that.
They're both teams that should be much better than they are, but they can't.
Yes, correct.
And I would agree with that. They stick with their coach, and for some reason they stick with their coach.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think Mike Zimmer should get fired, but
Dan Quinn.
Have another playoff caliber team that loses badly in the playoffs, then.
But manages to beat one of the Super Bowl favorites every single year.
Daniel Salty.
How many times are you going to start until you start going, maybe this guy's kind of like a Northern Marvin Lewis? How many times are you going to start thinking that and then just?
Oh, dude, Marvin Lewis. Oof.
Wasn't that bad if you think about it compared to Zach Taylor?
Well, no. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, man, they stuck with him for a long time and really didn't get anywhere.
Decent. But they were fringed,
They started 8-0 one year.
I'm not a fan of just completely gutting unless I feel like you really have to. Like the Cardinals really had to gut when they had the coach before Cliff Kingsbury. They really had to get rid of him. But other than that, I'm really for give this guy time. Just give him time. I didn't think they should fire Ron Rivera. Give him time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Any more thoughts on the NFC South?
No, I think it's going to be really good football. Really good football.
I would agree. Yep.
They're going to be intense. I don't think it's going to be friendly.
No. Nope.
And I think Malcolm Jenkins for the Saints is not going to be very happy to have Brady back. He's playing against Brady again.
No. So I will ask you one question. What do you think we'll see from Gronk?
I think he's legit.
I would disagree. I think he's definitely gonna have a rough turbulence coming in.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll take him a while. Yeah.
Is that a smokescreen of a fantasy owner trying to get him late?
No.
Just wonder.
No, you also look at the other weapons and you look at target shares. We're going into a little bit of fantasy here. There's too many other receivers for me to pick Gronk early.
Right. I'm just wondering because when the game's on the line, who does Tom Brady go to? His slot receiver or his tight end?
That's true. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to have a bad year, but I think it's going to take a little bit.
They don't have a receiving back in Tampa. So he's going to feed Gronk or Godwin more than he's going to feed Mike Evans.
Is Godwin going to play the slot or are they going to put Ty in there? Ty Johnson.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think they're probably going to put Godwin outside, probably put Godwin inside, and Johnson and Evans out.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. But I'm just saying, Gronk's been out of the league for decent while, and he's gonna have to get used to the football hitting and all that stuff again.
Remember what happened to Mike Vick in 2010? Be careful, man. Be careful, Vick.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a rough entry for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Panthers should have drafted Simmons.
Thank you. He's a freak.
Why did you take Derek Brown, a defensive tackle?
Isaiah Simmons is my lock screen.
I don't understand. Isaiah Simmons does everything, and you take Derek Brown out of Auburn?
Well, I don't.
Defensive tackle.
I think Auburn's a great university. Let me just say that they're phenomenal. I'm sorry to sound
beat them.
Okay. Tell me how you
and
feel about
handily
Iowa.
too.
Tell me how you feel about Iowa real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a tough game. I will say that was a tough game, but I knew we were going to lose it.
Or Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We're not talking about this. We're talking about the fact that they did not draft Simmons and they drafted Derek Brown.
I think I still might have rashes on my knee because I literally dropped down to my knee like a soccer manager when you miss a game-winning field goal. In soccer, I took my glasses off because I knew we might do something stupid because I didn't want to throw them. And I was pacing my basement because I was prepared to do something in case they did something stupid. So I didn't have
here's the thing: you lost Kuechly to retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me you have a better linebacker than Isaiah Simmons right now?
You hear, Whitehead? I don't like it. Okay, I don't like the pick. You know who I would have taken?
Oh, let me think. Isaiah Simmons.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You were so mad when they picked Brown.
I'm still mad because I know Isaiah Simmons might be defensive rookie of the year.
Well, that's the thing. No one expected Simmons to fall to, what was that, 6?
8.
No, it was 8. Yeah, because 6 was Herbert.
Yeah, Carolina was 7. He's 8. We got 8.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's good value.
That would have been great value. He was projected to go to 4.
Mm-hmm. That's great value.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the story of my life, man.
By the way, we got CD Lamb.
Okay. Still got Dak Prescott, so I don't really care.
Well, technically, we don't have Dak Prescott right now.
It's just another mediocre receiver wearing number 88.
Yeah. Sound familiar?
You're saying Des Bryant was mediocre?
Well, he didn't catch it, so,
Okay, in his most recent years with Dak Prescott, yes, Des Bryant was mediocre. But in 2014, Des was top of the line.
And
until he dropped it in Lambeau.
That was a catch, and you know it was a catch. You know it was a catch.
The receiver did not maintain possession.
The receiver did not maintain
Yes, he did. Okay, I will say it was not a touchdown, but it was a catch. You know it was a catch. Well, look at you just shaking your head. You know it was a catch.
My ears are currently bleeding because you're so close to the microphone.
I don't care, because it was a catch.
No,
the receiver did not maintain possession.
Yeah, call is a call. Trust me.
Yeah, whatever. At least we don't lose to the Vikings every year in the playoffs.
Okay. Okay.
At least they make the playoffs every year.
Yeah, we still make the playoffs. And we
but you
At
lose.
least he can watch his Super Bowl in his lifetime.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but the Panthers, that Super Bowl showing was, that was bad.
What, Super Bowl?
That was bad.
It was my lifetime, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you also lost to the Patriots, right? When Adam Vinatieri hit that game-winning field goal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking watch both the Super Bowls without breaking out the VHS.
Okay, all right. I think we're getting away from the old NFC South thing.
No, we're not. Let's continue with it.
But yeah, so I mean, I like your points on the South.
Yeah.
It's going to be good football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm excited to watch it because
I am too. I'm excited for football, man.
Yeah.
Because Carolina's gonna be a bystander after week 4. So.
Unless those rookies go nuts.
Jeremy Chinn's gonna ball out though.
He's
gonna ball out. You could have paired them together, but that's what Madden's for.
Because that's all you've been doing in quarantine right now is just Madden.
No, it's NBA 2K, bro. I've been playing some 2K.
Oh, the 2K, man. The 2K.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching our NFC South video with predictions and not. I guess we didn't do records, but just talking about it. We will see you in the next segment. Peace.